Are we getting sound right now?
Oh.
I think that was the issue.
Hello?
Yes, there we go.
That'd be awesome if you won. They said until.
Which one do you want, left or right?
Left. Or
Don't you usually?
is that left?
Do I win stuff?
Yeah?
Does it say?
I guess people have told me that,
Okay.
Yeah, this one's right.
Oh, there's.
but I don't think of myself as a winner.
There we go. Do we have sound, guys?
How
Yes,
are we supposed to listen
perfect.
to this, though?
On Discord. Do you want me to send
yeah,
you the link
nice.
again?
I think I have
Do you have the app?
Discord, so I didn't delete it.
Yeah, it's right there. That's Discord. It hurt us.
Because I was getting notifications. I was like, turn this
Oh, yeah, you got to
off.
turn all that off. Everyone's discussing theories in Discord.
Oh,
All right, so,
I didn't
but where am I
enter
supposed
into
to
that
go?
one.
Whoa. Maybe I do need to send it to. Because now I'm on the feed.
Well,
Oh, yeah, there is the feed, and then
The
there's
read
the...
feed.
I'm not reading it. I'm just saying.
you gotta get out of that comment.
That's the only thing I know how to do.
Let's see what we can do. It says connecting.
We're on the live read channel. I'm gonna go. I'm going on the Discord. I'm gonna do. See if this works. No, not the camera.
This
Oh, that's kinda
dog
fun.
is really freaking me out because it looks.
I know,
I keep thinking
yeah.
it's Wes.
I know.
Why you got him a twin?
Yeah, pretty much. I went to IKEA and I was like, it's literally the size of Wes. It was like $10 or something like that.
Very
I'm like,
excited to show it
I
off.
have to go get that. But I was walking to the bathroom the other night and Wes was under the bed, so he wasn't like anywhere within like foot range. And I walked out and there was like an outline of a dog right there. I was like, whoa.
Oh, weird.
Is that Wes or is that like the stuffed animal I got him?
See?
It freaked me out a little bit, I have to admit.
Because like peripherally, it looks like
Yeah.
him for sure.
It is
Oh,
a little
yeah.
freaky.
If I didn't get tongue tied on that, I feel like I always do. Maybe send the link because
But
No,
just
if
where
you're-
do we go within Discord?
It should be the live read. So go on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Are there like little dots? So you're on the app right now, right?
Yeah, we're on the app. Yep.
Okay, so go on the left on the little dots. Then it
Like
opens
the
up
three
like
lines,
this
the
map.
Hamburger.
Yeah.
A
I think
hamburger?
we gotta close this out because it's just not looking right.
Yeah, the hamburger menu. That's what they call them.
What?
You didn't know?
Well, we were just
Those
talking about
menus
my
are called
phone.
the three little
If you
lines.
wouldn't
Oh, how do I
For
get to
real?
your app?
Hamburger
So I don't
menus,
have
yeah.
this. Oh, nice.
I'm way like out of the loop. I've never heard that before.
You never heard the hamburger?
No.
Wait, what?
The hamburger, apparently.
I don't know what that is.
I think
Okay,
it's
good.
still
Thank you,
connected.
Jen. Not the only one.
You turn that off then.
Wait, what do I
Take
turn off?
Wi-Fi for a sec.
Let's see if this helps. This feels better. Okay.
See, when I have Wi-Fi on, it doesn't.
Live read Howler edition.
No, just normal live read.
It's so
But
annoying.
we're
That's why.
I have full bars on Wi-Fi, but it won't connect. And if I turn off Wi-Fi and I use
Oh.
whatever, okay, all of a sudden I get everything. But
that's
I'm
weird.
using data.
it's so annoying.
Yeah.
But you have
That's weird.
unlimited.
That's how they get
I
you.
do have unlimited. We're grandfathered. Sorry. Anyways.
Before we start too, we'll have a little side discussion on the book just for like 10 minutes. And I want to read you guys some stuff that isn't in the audiobook. But
It's not in the book.
So we
or
don't
it's
just
the,
need
the
it's
audio
the
book?
it's
We'll
the
take-
dedication. We don't need them exactly yet.
Oh, okay.
It's
Wait,
the
should we sit
dedication.
farther?
You can just bring the mic over. You guys.
I
can-
just don't want
yeah.
the mics to be crossed.
No, they won't. They won't cross that much.
All right, nice,
Yeah,
cool.
If you bring them a little closer.
Yeah,
that's
see,
fine.
we're married now because
So-
we sit close.
Oh my goodness.
You guys are cute.
You guys are adorable.
So cute.
So that way there's
Um,
progress in the live stream. If you look at all our episodes, we just inch
Get
closer and
closer.
closer.
yeah,
Love
exactly.
it.
That would have been funny to do.
All right. Yeah, hold on.
The best was on someone on Instagram was like, I follow their story. Do you guys talk about it? And I was like, yeah, we do. You have to keep listening.
Oh, because someone got
They're like, I'm on
saw
book
on Instagram
4.
before.
Really?
Yeah.
They were on book 4 and they're like, wait, I want to know the story. Do you guys record it? Did you guys?
Oh.
record
Yeah,
it?
that's right. That's right. Someone said
Because
that.
they
yeah.
were like following along, but they didn't get to that part in the
Yeah.
pod yet.
And then I was like, I don't know which book it is, but we definitely talk about it.
I think it was the beginning of
5?
6.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Beginning of 6.
Because you guys got engaged.
Wait, so all of book 6, we
Oh,
were
yeah,
engaged and then got married?
Yep.
In
book
between
6?
5 and
Doesn't that
6,
feel
we
so
got
long
engaged,
ago?
and in between 6 and 7, we got married.
Isn't
That's
that
pretty
crazy?
funny.
That's like nuts. Well, you guys got engaged on book 5 sometime, right?
Well, I was thinking because it was during the break. It was May 4th. May the 4th be with us.
Oh, wow, yeah.
It was.
May the 4th be with us.
Yeah,
Indeed.
that was not on
Always
purpose.
added in there.
Yeah, right.
But it was during the same break of Lauren's wedding, which was also in May. So I think we had finished the book already. If not, we
Book
were very
5.
close. It might have been the last episode or
5?
something. Yeah, book 5.
I think we finished though because it was for Bachelorette weekend.
Oh, yeah. I think you're right. We finished in April.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to get my large Ethernet cable because I'm getting some
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Classic dropped frames.
He's used to these easy peasy recordings with his
Right.
friend across
His friend.
Cross
Do you know her
country.
name, Jen?
Abby.
Whoa, nice. I was going
Wow.
to say, it sounds like you haven't been watching the episodes.
Do I ever?
That's
I love
a
us.
fair
We
point.
support, but
I definitely support.
She's
it.
my
walk through,
favorite
just lift my
billionaire
legs
right
up.
now, so
What's a billionaire?
you wouldn't know, Jen.
she's a what?
She's my favorite billionaire.
A belt.
Do you?
Well, at least we're on the same page.
Wow,
Okay,
cool.
no
We're getting
idea.
inside jokes that we can keep them out of.
What's a belt?
Oh, because you recorded this.
It's just
and
because
it
you want to
came
be
up.
like us. We can silently speak to each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
can silence people. We have our Lord of the Rings lingo.
Yeah,
And now
yep.
we have our insider joke lingo. You
All
guys
right,
got to
well-
listen to season 2.
Oh, yeah, this
Oh,
is
it's
good for
from
anyone
that?
else who hasn't.
Oh.
seen
No, I
season
want.
two.
The funny
I
thing
love-
is,
It's something I make fun of Abby for.
But you know what?
Oh.
Here's the thing.
I did listen. to
Kristen
some
would
of
like
them.
that,
Yeah?
I bet. In a weird
Yeah.
way.
Can
We're
you
talking
just
about
tell
I
me?
think,
different
yeah, I
things.
think the same.
I think
I don't have time. I would really listen to it, but I legitimately don't have time.
You're going to have a commute now, so you're going to listen. A billionaire is an Animal Crossing. It's like you make money in Animal Crossing.
Now, do you guys know what Animal Crossing is?
No.
It's a little video game.
You don't know Animal Crossing at all?
Oh, I've
The
heard of it.
Definitely-
Nintendo one.
I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
Great game.
No.
Have you played?
Yeah, I played at least 2 of them because there was one on GameCube I played a little bit.
Okay.
And then there was
Crossing
one
and what?
on like one of the Game Boys, like a DS or something.
Yeah.
Which I got after
Has
the one on
animals?
GameCube, maybe. It's all a little fuzzy now.
For a while, wasn't everyone
It's
in our high
animals
school into that
crossing
game
the
for a little bit?
I think
think they
so.
had, like,
that
a
would make
phase.
sense. At least a few people.
Yeah.
Because when
I'm
she was
totally
saying
making
things,
it
it was
up, I
coming
don't know.
back to me. And I was like, turnips, the stock market.
The stock market.
No, but I feel like you just
She
go
is
around
such
and
a
build
nerd with that
farms or
stuff. It's so
something? I
funny.
don't know. I have no idea.
You just gotta listen to season 2
Mm.
Yeah.
on your commutes now.
It is. I did listen to some of it.
But
I
she
should
was
listen.
It
asking
is
like,
funny though, because I'm like, whoa, you know less than us, Abby.
Oh,
Like
nice.
about
Yeah.
the books.
yeah.
It was just like the simple questions you were asking. I was like, whoa, she really doesn't know. So then it's even more intriguing. Like, what does a person think of when they have zero idea? Like,
I
I
know.
have
Yeah.
clue, but
Yeah.
like not.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
She
Yeah.
was clueless through the whole thing, which is gonna be fun.
And it was just funny to see her going through like, you know, the same motions of the first book of like thinking through and processing. And I think that's the intrigue of the podcast. But it's funny because it wasn't that long ago. And now I just want her to be a major
I
fan.
know. I
So-
know. She's more stubborn than you guys. She's not the biggest
Yes,
fan yet.
you're
Like
right.
she read the
Still,
first
yeah.
book,
But
and
I
she's
like that. It's even
good,
better.
But she's like, it's
We're
not.
going to win her over.
Yeah, but no, it gets better.
I know.
You told her, right?
Yes.
no.
You're saying exactly what I
Yeah.
told you guys. That's so great. That makes me so happy. That's what I've been
amazing.
telling her. I was like, wait till book 3, maybe book 4, then you'll really
You
get
need
into
to like
it.
zoom in on her saying that and make it a little video clip. It gets better.
It really
I love
does.
it.
But the book is better than the movie, the first one, for sure.
Mm,
Because Harry has
Oh, I should have worn my shirt.
A
The book is better.
character.
The book was better.
nice.
It always is.
That's true, but I never read the books. Now I am.
You're a reader now
Yeah.
of Harry Potter.
Mhm. If people came to our weddings, they thought we were really big time readers. That's
So
what
I know, I love it.
Books everywhere.
It was so good.
We got people in chat. They didn't even know you guys were married.
We're married.
Mm.
Some
I know.
people. Yeah.
It's
we had,
very
we had
new.
someone. I think this was a joke, but someone said, "Who are these people and where's Abby?" So I think we have someone who maybe let's just listen to season 2.
That
Where's
is pretty
Abby and
funny.
who are these people? But I think Ananta. I think that she's a season 1 fan too.
Are we still
he-
season 1 or is it
She's
season
fine.
3?
We're season
No,
1.
no, we're season
we're one.
1.
Season
I'm
1
just
point.
asking how he's
started
doing it.
before season
Yeah,
1
season.
ended.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the
Good
seasons are going to be
technique,
all intermingled. It's going to be a mess, but
It's
it's all right.
like Star Wars.
Oh yeah, going
It's
back.
backwards,
Yeah.
then forwards, and then
That I know.
backwards again.
Great point.
John knew what he was doing before it even began. When he planted the seed years ago in book club,
Yep.
Harry Potter, and other classes too. I was like,
This is my plan
Harry
been, like,
Potter
to
pulling
keeps
start.
coming
I wanted
up.
to start a book club because I'm like, Danny and Jen, they'd be good together.
Oh yeah.
And they both haven't read Harry Potter
Perfect.
5 years ago. Do you guys do you guys remember where we even are in the books?
Yes.
I know it's probably
It's
an
the
obvious
last
one.
book.
Yeah.
My friend and I texted. She's like, I can't believe you haven't finished the books.
I
'Cause
know.
I told her about it, and then I'm like, you listen, right? She's like, I want to start again. I haven't, but I sent screenshots. She was like, she wants to name her child Harry
Yeah.
because of Harry Potter, and it's like an ode to like his grandfather or whatever.
Oh,
But she's like, it's really for Harry Potter
that's amazing. I
if
think
it's
I
a boy.
kind of missed those types.
And then there was another. What else? She said something else that was so funny. Whatever. Anyways, I'm realizing how deep it goes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're all gonna get tattoos. It's gonna be
Big time.
yeah. It's gonna be. We're gonna be in it deep. Don't worry.
You decided for us. We're
yep.
getting tattoos.
FTR tattoos. Big ones.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
So got a big truck outside. How's your guys' wedding?
How was it?
Yeah,
Awesome.
it was great.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a magical day.
Yeah. You guys got married in between the rainstorm when it was downpouring and then it stopped
Yeah.
for 20 minutes.
Oh my.
And you're like, everyone outside, let's go.
Quick, let's go.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you, God.
There was like lightning in the
Yeah.
background, slowly moving closer.
Yeah, that was wild.
It was such a beautiful wedding, though.
Mm.
Thanks.
You know, outside of you guys.
It was
like
such a
that,
nice day.
You know, from our
Yeah.
perspective, it was just such a beautiful day and everything. Like
Agreed.
the whole.
Our friends, especially you guys, came through clutch all day long.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
great.
Aw.
We
Wow.
felt so much love.
Oh yeah.
We got some nerdy
But yeah,
Harry
we
Potter
had a
pictures, too.
torrential
Yeah.
downpour
Oh my gosh.
when it was supposed to be our ceremony outside. But then all of our friends that were traveling, I felt so bad. They said it was hailstorms
Yeah.
getting there.
Oh my gosh.
And then they
know
said they weren't even sure they were going to make it. They're like, we would have missed your entire ceremony. But then because we had to delay it, everyone was there. So that was even more special
Yeah, it
that
made
we
it so
like
much
had
better.
it delayed because
Yeah.
then everyone could make it. And we had the sun for like 25
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
It was
And
the
then
perfect little-
as it,
It really
ended,
was.
it like started drizzling and we
Yep.
were like all walking back.
It was like
so cool.
legitimately perfect.
Yeah.
It was like about time, so I didn't mind.
Yeah, exactly.
There
Yeah.
you go.
And it was like so there's something weird about like the pre-wedding buzz too. It's like excitement, and that just lingered for a while because we're like, okay, what are we gonna do? Inside, outside? Hold on, there's a gap in the rain. Like everyone's like talking and chatting
Yeah,
with themselves.
the
It was
buzz.
kind of fun.
It was.
And what was cool about that time is that everyone was doing that. We were alone in the back.
Yeah.
And we got the whole tent to ourselves. We got our first dance without music, which I wanted, just us two
Yeah.
in the empty
Oh,
tent.
yeah.
And awesome pictures. So that
That
was
was
like
great.
picture with the rain in the
so
background.
Cool.
Is so beautiful.
I know those
Yeah.
are my favorite.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
few of my favorite. I have
Yeah.
a ton of favorites.
Yeah. Well, they all came out.
I like
so
how often
gorgeous.
we were just taking pictures, and then I would see John
Yeah.
peeking out from like
Oh,
behind,
Just like behind
yeah.
a tree or something like that.
and
That's
his
kind of a
picture-
cool angle.
I was like, "Whoa, what? It's John over there."
Carly
got
wants
some
to
epic
frame the
shots.
one picture of Everly and
that
her
is so
grandma.
my favorite. That is
That
so
one is
cute.
so cute. And
Yeah.
then we're in the, oh my gosh. And Carly immediately is like, I need that to print.
Aw, yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that one's my favorite. The one of you guys walking out too is my favorite. It was just like for a
Yep.
film picture, how clear that is.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Nailed it.
yeah.
The
That was
ones
so
when
nice.
the trees too, and we're like in the background of outside when we're taking our couples pictures. That was really pretty.
Oh,
It was a good
So
time.
good.
And
Yeah.
the downpour was great because it cooled off. It was
Yeah,
so
it
it was
was
like
great.
a summer day.
I know.
And I was like, I have fall decorations and everything.
I was
It's
expecting it to be like a
summer.
sauna in the tent, and it was perfect.
It was.
So
When they opened
perfect.
The,
Yeah. Oh
the
my gosh.
curtains or whatever. The,
Nice breeze.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
It
I
was a
still love
lovely
her
day,
sorry.
guys. It
And
was so
then
great.
Kristen and Kaylee made us our table numbers on the pages of Harry Potter, which
Yeah.
was so awesome.
It was
And
really
the
fun
runner.
to make.
And the
those.
runner, which is
On our
also
welcome
amazing.
table.
So I feel like there were Harry Potter references throughout the day hidden there. So then even we're not that public about the podcast. Like plenty of people that are close to us don't even know we do this. So it was funny to just have people be like, "Oh, you like Harry Potter?" We're like, "Yeah."
People were reading it. They were like sitting down and they're like, "Oh, I didn't realize that was Harry Potter on our table."
And
like,
people kept coming up to us. They're like, "I saw Dumbledore on there," and I just started reading. Or like I look across and my one friend Isaac is just intently reading the table number page.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun! I didn't even notice anyone doing that.
We heard that a few times. I was like, "Oh, that's so cool!" Or people were trying to guess what book it was or what chapter.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, the chapter was on there, but what book it was
Okay.
from it. So that was cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even our friend Dan, who listens to the pod, friend of the pod.
Mhm.
He got the inside scoop of the whole journey, you know, watching us from afar.
Yeah. Me and my mom were in a competition because the book page that we had as ours was like obscure. It was like, where is this from?
Nice.
So we were reading it, and my brother was reading it, who he has read it once or like watched some movies or something like that. And me and my mom were trying to figure out where it is because we're like Potter nerds.
Yeah.
So we both had a difference, and we looked it up, and I was right. So thank you.
If you got it wrong.
That is great.
That must have been kind
funny.
of fun then,
Yeah.
actually, because
Yeah, it
if
was.
you knew Harry Potter, you could
Yeah.
read it
That's
and
like
be
a
like,
cool
where?
trivia thing.
Yeah,
you know,
for real,
like,
yeah.
Figure out where this page
Yeah.
is and just cut a clip from it.
That would be really fun.
And then the
That's a good idea.
sword.
I know that was great. That worked.
Oh
out
my
nice.
gosh, I'm so upset I missed it live.
That was cute.
But
I know we
The
didn't
pictures were
announce it, which
amazing.
is kind of what we want. We didn't want to
I was
announce
outside.
it.
The sword cake cutting. That was
Yeah,
great.
and people are like, "Is that the Gryffindor sword?"
You could have just said yeah.
Yeah.
It's whatever we want it to be.
But then
Yeah.
as Lord of the Rings, since that's brought up like every other day
Yeah.
here. Actually, every recording.
Every recording pretty much.
That was fun.
Hmm.
That's-
Yeah, it was good. We'll get more details later because it's late. I don't want to keep you guys that late.
Yeah, we probably started like, how much
Yeah.
longer did we make?
Yeah, I know. Everyone's like,
So
we love the
sorry.
wedding. We love the details of that.
But shut up.
But let's get into Harry Potter. Can you guys tell me, the title of this book is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. What is this book going to be about?
I mean,
Death.
I don't even know what a Deathly Hallow is. What's a Hallow?
It's a great question.
Wait.
Oh,
'cause
I kind of remember this
we were saying, because we had the discussion where I was thinking it was hollow, like
like
Godric's Hollow.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's Hallow. Like, hallowed be thou name. Where I'm like, so wait, is hallowed like something sacred? Is that what that even means?
But what does that even mean?
So is a hallow something sacred?
Yeah, kind of.
So a deathly something sacred?
A deathly sacred, maybe.
So is that an object or is that a place or what? A deathly
You're not going to get answers.
hallow. No, I know. We're just speculating.
Because I always
Processing.
ask. And I want an answer.
Deathly hallow. Wait, singular or plural? Deathly hallowed.
Well, you
Deathly
took the
Hallows.
cover off of our book,
Hallows.
so I don't know.
Tell us how you really feel.
Well
So
done,
early in the
Danny.
day, and I hid that thing.
That makes me so happy. Hide that.
Yeah, nice.
No!
Don't look.
I think I looked at it.
That makes me so
I don't know what's
happy.
on there, but it's not worth risking it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's plural.
Oh, yeah, nice. All right, so Deathly Hallows.
I have no idea.
Multiple sacreds.
So
Multiple
what is
death sacreds?
Sacred.
The sacredcy of death.
Deathly Hallows. I don't really know what a hallow is. I'm like, is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just
Keep
physical or
saying
is
it
a
over and
thing?
over.
It is
it'll
something
come.
sacred,
Like
so
a
that's like
spell? Is it like
A place, a person.
it's like something
Like a
that's
seance,
you're right.
like a
Something
thing
that's
you
hallow
do.
is sacred. But you don't know what
I'm
it
getting
is.
the feeling it's like for whatever reason, Peeves has been on my mind. You know,
Hmm.
like just the idea of collective energy. So maybe a hallow is like a collective thing people do together. So maybe Dumbledore's death leads to a hallow, like a thing you all do together for mourning. Like all of Hogwarts bands together to get like a certain energy. It's a deathly energy. It's not a good thing, but it's like only certain circumstances could bring it about. I think partially because I'm trying to justify his death, and if there was a hallow, a deathly one, maybe that's more powerful than a lifely Hallow. But I don't know. Or maybe it's bad. It's a deathly hallow. And Voldemort is using it with his followers to do a big-time sacred charm spell thing on good guys.
What do you think the content of this book is going to be about, though? So the title is The Deathly Hallows, but is this Harry's 7th year at school? He said at the end that he's not coming back. Is that true?
Did you believe it, Jen?
That he's not coming back?
Yeah.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
It feels like it wouldn't make sense to go back to school, but I have a hard time picturing him not.
Yeah.
Every book has been school, and it would just fit so perfectly. 7 books,
Like, what
7
is he
years
gonna
at
do?
school.
Are his friends going with him? Because it sounded like they were gonna go with him on this
they're going with
hunt.
Yeah.
But
He
what
didn't
are they
need to break up with
hunting?
Ginny. Well, they're hunting the Horcruxes.
He didn't need to
They
pick up
don't
with
even
Ginny.
know.
Well, that it felt
How many do they
inconsistent.
need?
He's like,
How many
sorry,
do they
Ginny, I'm
have?
going to go on this thing all by myself. We
And
got to break
who
up.
is JR
And that was it.
something? What's the initials?
R.A.B.
R-A-B.
Okay.
What's the name?
I don't know.
Something black.
Yeah, you think it's Regulus Black.
Sirius's brother.
Yeah.
Regulus Black.
Because you take notes.
The bad
Because
gone
you had
good.
a full character list and just went through those.
Yeah, I went through my R's. Yeah, he's my top suspect. Now, is he already dead? Is he alive? Are they going to use him for assistance? Will the mirror ever come back? The one that Sirius gave Harry? Did Harry inherit anything else from Sirius? Did Dumbledore leave
did.
anything for Harry?
His little servant, house elf.
Or did he? I still think Bellatrix actually inherited the house and told the house elf to fake it.
Creature.
Oh,
And that's why they shouldn't have let Creature into Hogwarts, because he could have been a spy this whole time.
Doesn't matter. Dumbledore's dead.
Yeah. But I still keep hoping that it was necessary. Like, we're going to find a prophecy or something that'll justify it.
That Dumbledore.
Like, that Dumbledore knew he needed to, like, let Harry step into this role in a new way, but he couldn't do it while he was alive. Harry's too young to be headmaster. But I feel like they do have to start at school, but I hope they don't stay there long.
Is it even
That
going
one?
to start?
Is it too bright?
I think it will start. Oh, there's literally only one. Maybe.
It's gonna
There's
be
a little
hot
thing. You
too.
just step on that. Is it hot?
Probably if it
What?
was been on.
We could try.
Here, unscrew the bulb. My bulb might be a little hot. And then click that.
And then this side instead?
Yeah.
Or is that too?
Is that too bright? If it's too bright, turn them
all
both.
of them
Yeah,
off?
all of them off. And then click that one, yeah. Twice maybe, because we don't want a whirlwind. It is a little hot in here.
And
Sorry.
are we visible?
No worries.
On your camera.
We know this is going to be a long conversation. We might as well get comfortable. Wow, it's so exciting to be back.
I know, seriously. I am so excited to be back with you guys. It is.
You're double dipping now.
I know, it's like
Yeah?
the best. It's
He's
like
cheating on us.
my life is complete. I have 2 seasons going. I have missed you guys so much, though. I am not gonna lie. Like, there's something different when you're going back to book 1 and you're asking like really basic questions. But you guys know, like book 1, it has some stuff in it,
Yeah.
Right.
but it doesn't have everything. When you're hitting
Yep.
like 3, 4,
So
5, 6, and 7,
complex.
like I had to retrain my brain to like figure out what questions I was gonna ask you because they're not just basic. Nah, it's not that hard, but it's still
for
fun.
me, it
It's
was
like
But yeah, like keeping all that straight in your head.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
it's so fun though.
Whatever.
He's had this mapped out forever. These questions have been in his life for years.
Very
This is
true.
my
He's
lifelong
been
ambition.
waiting.
Waiting.
All right, you guys ready to start chapter 1?
Oh,
I don't know. Is it? Am I gonna like this? Is it gonna be like that first chapter that I'll never forget?
I think it's a good first chapter. I don't think it's better than that one, to be completely honest.
Okay.
Set your expectations a little lower.
Oh my goodness. This wasn't about Kristen not having time to read. This is an eventful first chapter, and that's why we're doing a live read.
We could just live stream this is what we could do for the whole podcast. We could just
nice.
come here, live stream, and then have a full
That
discussion
would
every
be
single
awesome.
chapter. If you guys want.
Can I just put in context? I am working 10-hour days.
Ooh.
I am
So
doing.
you're not going to have time to read, so you just come over and we
No,
listen, and then...
Yeah, I mean,
Jen,
Maybe you do audiobooks
this podcast
now.
is this book
Maybe I
1 is
should
gonna
do
or book 7 is
audiobooks.
gonna go on for another year.
Yay!
oh my gosh, it might.
Hold on, give
I
me one
still
second.
can't believe book 6 is like engaged and married.
Yeah.
That's
That is crazy to me.
Well, I guess maybe in other people's mind that's crazy because it's so short. But I'm thinking it's so long.
That is pretty funny. You're like, one book is so long. It's like basically a year.
All right, everyone, we are gonna live read. I need to set up like 10 things over here, so bear with me.
Go for it.
All right, everyone, we are doing this in Discord as well, so you can join us in Discord. But I have that little thing on the top left of the screen where you can just kind of follow along, even if you're following along later on. That's like a good little help or indication. We're going to record this as well, so we're going to try to post this somewhere.
What?
Nothing. Post this somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on. I gotta...
We're going to need glasses for you.
I'm lost.
I know.
I'm so like, I don't know what's going on.
I mean this, so you could just do this.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I'm trying not to say it.
yeah. No, I should go get
It's
it.
all right. We're not on the same wavelength right now.
I thought that's what you meant, but I'm a little slow.
Give me a
It's
second to
good.
test if this is working, and then we'll be good.
Actually, let me get my water.
Why isn't this going to my phone? Why do I always have so many tech issues? This should be playing. Hold on. Sorry, everyone. I need to disconnect my AirPods from my computer. Ay, ay, ay. All right, that should be good. Let me finally test again if this works. Perfect. You falling asleep over here?
I'm just closing my eyes.
Long work days. All right, everyone. We are going to start in a second. Sorry. I know. People are saying if there's enough revenue from Patreon and YouTube, eventually the first hire is going to be a sound person. That is absolutely true.
Nice.
Okay, I'm
And
going
we're all
to...
useless. You're solo.
Yeah,
It's a little bit of a mess, but it's all right. It's a happy mess.
you're making it work.
I know.
Bob
Yeah.
Ross.
Crazy.
All right, everyone, we are going to play it
Bob
in
Sorry.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on. Crap. Hold on, everyone. I can't believe I forgot this. I need to read you guys the
Oh, yeah. I was just saying the dedication.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. The
Oh,
dedication.
yikes.
Sorry, everyone. Oh, my gosh. Everyone pause everything that you're
Oh.
doing. So there's 3 things. She wrote a dedication. Then she also wrote she like put like 2 little block quotes in this. I'm just going to read those to you. Then we're going to start after that. The dedication of this book is split 7 ways. To Neil, to Jessica, to David, to Kenzie, to Di, to Anne, and to you. If you have stuck with Harry until the very end. It's in the shape of a lightning bolt.
It sure is. And I don't trust these guys. Who's Neil? Who's Jessica? Who's David? Why are there 7 of
Her
them?
family.
They're all Horcruxes.
This is just her family. It's
Okay.
like people that she loves.
It is in the shape of a lightning
And
bolt,
it'd be
which is
to
cool.
us too, so we would be a Horcrux too, Danny, if that's the case.
All right. That's
if we
fair,
have stuck
that's
with Harry
fair.
until the very end. Great little thing. And then this is these are the two lines that we get. Oh, the torment bred in the race, the grinding scream of death, and the stroke that hits the vein. The hemorrhage none can staunch. The grief, the curse no man can bear. But there is a cure in the house, and not outside it. No, not from others, but from them, their bloody strife. We sing to you, dark gods beneath the earth. Now hear, you blissful powers underground. Answer the call. Send help. Bless the children. Give them triumph now. This is from the Liberation Bearers.
Libation.
Libation Bearers. Yeah, thank you. And the second one is from William Penn.
Oh.
Death is but crossing the world, as friends do the sea. They live in one another still, for they must needs be present, that love and live in that which is omnipresent. In this divine glass they see face to face, and their converse is free, as well as pure. This is the comfort of friends, that though they may be said to die, yet their friendship and society are, in the best sense, ever present, because immortal. William Penn, More Fruits of Solitude.
Some old school language. That's hard to follow.
It is
It's
hard
pretty
to follow.
intense.
We can talk about that in a bit, but let's start the audiobook.
Talking about friends and death.
I know, it's talking about friends and death pretty much.
Because immortal.
Oh, Dumbledore.
He's coming back. All right, you guys ready to start the audiobook?
Ready.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Each other's chests. Then, recognizing each other, they stowed their wands beneath their cloaks and started walking briskly in the same direction. "News?" asked the taller of the two. "The best," replied Severus Snape. The lane was bordered on the left by wild, low-growing brambles, on the right by a high, neatly manicured hedge. The men's long cloaks flapped around their ankles as they marched. "Thought I might be late," said Yaxley, his blunt features sliding in and out of sight as the branches of overhanging trees broke them.
There's chapter 1.
That was intense. Yikes. I'm glad it wasn't Trelawney.
You're glad it wasn't Trelawney?
I thought for a second it was. It's somehow easier when it's someone we don't already
for
know,
sure. Yeah.
But still, yikes.
It would have been brutal if it was one of the teachers that you already knew.
And when he went to Draco, I was like, oh no.
I know. How traumatizing is that for Draco as well? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's so weird. I didn't think I was going to start feeling bad for them, but
Why they deserve it?
feeling bad for the Malfoys a bit.
I know.
You feel bad for them, but they chose that side. I don't feel bad.
Yeah, they did choose that side, but I don't think they chose all this.
They knew what they were getting themselves into. Bellatrix is related to them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
And
all the
Narcissa,
same.
yeah.
I feel a little bad for him.
Right.
But
It is so bizarre.
so we're fully out of Harry's head now.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how other chapters started.
Yeah,
But that was
first
kind of
chapters
like
have
a
done it.
vision or something.
Books.
Like it almost felt like it could have been from his perspective. Oh, but yeah, in the
No,
last
they're
book with
talking
Snape
about
and
Harry.
that unbreakable vow. I forgot.
Yeah.
Was that the beginning of the last book?
Yeah. A few chapters have been out of his
Yeah.
perspective. A few, like the first 2, maybe 3 in the last book were out of his perspective.
So I'm curious if that's going to continue.
It's a little disorienting sometimes when you're out of Harry's perspective. Like when you get back in his mind, it's like a comforting little place, but
Right.
it's a little strange. It like catches you off guard a bit.
It's comforting because you're usually far from Voldemort.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh.
Now we're right on top of him. What do you guys think of the dedication that I read and those 2 lines? What do you think those mean? I know they're a little weird, but so the dedication of this book is split 7 ways: to Neil,
Split
Jessica, to
7
David, to
ways.
Kenzie, to Dee, to Anne, and to you. If you have stuck with Harry until the very end.
DAY.
Danny's so suffering.
Nadine K. No.
He's gonna smush them all together. Does it make a name?
Something.
And then those 2 lines from the libation bearers and from more fruits of solitude.
Wait, what are the Horcruxes we know already? Just seeing if these names can mean anything. Oh, can't look at chapter
I like
titles.
the number 7.
That is too far.
Interesting. Well, it's talking all about death, right? And the last one was about friends.
About friendship, yeah.
The
Is he covering the chapter names?
yeah. 'Cause I know Jen
Oh,
wants
your
to
hand is
keep
really strategically placed
Oh, I
right there.
didn't
very intentional.
And I was trying to lift it. I can't even like
That's why.
raise it. I don't know. That one, the William Penn one, reminded me of like a friend.
Yeah.
Of foreshadowing maybe friends dying in this more so. I don't know.
More friends dying.
Don't act like you don't know.
Which friends are you talking about?
More friends dying?
A cure in the house,
I know that stuck out to me too, actually.
not from others, but from them. Who's them?
But inside
Their
of
bloody
them.
strife.
I
We
think
sing to you,
inside of
dark
them.
gods beneath the earth. Who are the dark gods beneath the earth? Symbolically.
I wouldn't think
Those
they
who
were
have died
gods,
before us?
But, okay. Well, it's not like ancient magic.
There it is.
Ancient
It's
magic.
ancient magic.
I miss ancient magic so much.
Blissful powers underground. Blissful powers underground? Is that death? Is it talking about just straight death?
I don't know. It had something about blood in there. I thought you'd freak out.
Bloody strife.
Yeah, but you didn't even underline it.
I can underline it for you.
No, it's for you.
But I feel like that's more of an exclamation, but maybe not. It could be actual blood.
So think about that. We'll come back to that one.
Wait, did she have any of that stuff in the other books? No.
No, there wasn't like there were dedications in each book. But this dedication was just like, it was lovely, I thought. And then these two little, I don't know what you call these in a book. Quotes, pre-quotes, I don't know. But she hasn't had these in any other book. This is the only book that she has those in.
Yeah, it's preparing you for what you're going to read. You're the friend, and you have to deal with death. You're the friend of Harry, and you're going to deal with his death. But he's going to be immortal. He's going to figure out how to not have a Horcrux, but live forever. Because Voldemort's part of him.
Wow. Voldemort's part of him, huh? Could be. Wait, is William Penn saying death and love? Is that what he's comparing?
I don't read poems.
I don't think that was a poem. I think that was just like a
statement he made, and
yeah, it does read like a poem.
More fruits of solitude.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know a poem when I saw one. So,
come on, guys, you guys are in book club. We dissect poems.
Huh?
You dissect poems.
But a children's book poem. Everyone else does, and I just sat there.
Death is but crossing the world.
Death is but crossing the world
So
as
what are you
friends
getting about
do
this?
the seas.
They live in one another still. Like when friends are apart, they still are a part of each other. Oh shoot, is that Harry and Voldemort?
For they
they
must
need
need
to
Or
present.
Dumbledore.
be
that
present.
love and live in that which is omnipresent. In this divine glass, they see face to face, and their converse is free as well as pure. It's the comfort of friends that you like. It's kind of that idea that even they're far away, it's still a comfort. That though they may be said to die, yet their friendship and society are in the best of sense ever present because immortal.
They're not friends.
So I think it's more just about death in general and grief then, because it's saying even in death, there's still connection, just like a friend crossing the world and going away. It's like you're not seeing them, they're not with you, but you're still connected forever. A divine glass to see face to face. A divine mirror gifted from your uncle to see face to face.
You're not going to get off that mirror, are you?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't help it.
That's all right. I don't care. I just spilled like half of this carpet was wet earlier today, so I'm watering my plants.
Ever present because immortal.
Just swish it around the carpet.
Wouldn't mind some Dumbledore immortality at the moment.
Jen, if you don't want to step in it, there's one in the bathroom right on the other side of the door. You can just kind of put it there. And you're good.
What were you saying?
Oh, I wouldn't mind Dumbledore being immortal.
You think he's
But
gonna
I
come
really
back?
hope it's not Voldemort being immortal.
So
Well, this would be that'd be a twisted version of what I think he's trying to say. But the idea of connection between Harry and Voldemort is like a twisted kind of warped version of a friendship of like no matter what, you can't shake the other, even in death. So I feel like the negative view of this would be the Voldemort-Harry connection. The positive view would be the Harry-Dumbledore connection. And I think because it's making an earthly comparison, friend to friend, even though someone actually is dead, it's saying the memory of them lives on and can still influence, or you can still be encouraged by their past existence. So we'll see how far that is taken. But I hope Harry can have some good conversations with Portrait Dumbledore or a nice long letter. Nay, a journal or a book even would be great from Dumbledore. Because I just can't help but feel like this was part of a plan, like Dumbledore needed to do it, or at least knew enough that it was a risk. Because if you knew there was a 10% chance of dying, you'd start making preparations.
Yeah.
If it was a 1% chance, you'd start making some plans and say, hey, it's unlikely. I need a little bit of an insurance policy here.
But do you think that he knew that? Do you think that Dumbledore thought he was going to die?
I think he thought he would die eventually, but I don't think he thought it this soon. I think in his mind, it was a year away. It was whenever Voldemort tried to strike or do whatever. But I feel like Dumbledore kind of knew it was coming eventually. Not as an actuality, but a potential thing. Unless there was a prophecy that he knew he had to die in order for the great battle to happen. since Harry is the chosen one after all. And maybe that has some actual prophecy truth where there needs to be a chosen one. Maybe a lot of the prophecies in that room have actually been pointing to this moment. Or maybe that's making this bigger than it has to be in the scheme of history. But
that would be a lot of prophecies.
Yeah, that'd be a lot.
What do you think about the scene that they're in? So the drawing room was full of silent people, sitting at a long and ornate table. The room's usual furniture had been pushed carelessly up against the wall. Illumination came from a roaring fire beneath a handsome marble mantelpiece, surrounded by a gilded mirror. Snape and Yaxley lingered for a moment on the threshold. As their eyes grew accustomed to the lack of light, they were drawn upward to the strangest feature of the scene, an apparent unconscious human figure hanging upside down over the table, revolving slowly as if suspended by an invisible rope, and reflected in the mirror and in the bar, and the bare polished surface of the table below. None of these people seated underneath this singular sight was looking at it except for a pale young man sitting almost directly below it. He seemed unable to prevent himself from glancing upward every minute or so.
So that was Draco, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The
That's
pale
what I
young
thought,
man.
yeah.
Okay.
Because he recognized her too.
Yeah.
Even though he wouldn't have taken her glasses. So she did Muggle studies, I guess.
Yeah.
Or something similar, just some kind of Muggle appreciation, like whatever. Huh.
I still don't understand his. He is a mudblood, or sorry, whatever.
Half-blood.
A half-blood.
Yeah.
And he wants nothing to do with them. It's like Hitler.
It doesn't. Yeah, it does not seem to make sense. I mean, honestly,
Legit.
yeah.
And I mean, when I was reading this chapter, I was like, Jen's question that she always brings up is so valid for why do people follow him? I don't
Right.
understand it. It's
Everyone's afraid of him.
Yeah.
Even Bellatrix, who like loves him the most,
yeah.
is afraid. The second he hints at something that isn't like complete praise, she
Yeah.
like freaks out.
I love this chapter too because it has so much showing. There's not a ton of dialogue. She doesn't really say like, oh, Draco is terrified looking up at the teacher. It's just like a small little line. There's like a pale-faced boy just keeps looking up at it. And you can tell that he is horrified that the teacher he probably didn't take Muggle studies, but a teacher he knew at Hogwarts is hanging upside down. Completely embarrassed, probably about to die.
Yep.
Probably absolutely terrifying.
I'm already getting the feeling from the writing of this of like the tone of the book. And of course this could be an extreme start, but I'm feeling like it's going to continue. Like she's putting thought into every word. This feels like she really went for it with this book,
Yep. 100%.
Saving it all for the end.
Snape does talk about this source that he has. So
that's not good.
Yeah, they're discussing when Harry Potter is going to be moved. And what do you think about this whole thing? Where is Harry going to be moved?
I was just thinking the Burrow because it's another member of the Order of the Phoenix, but we don't know. Do we know where anyone else lives? It could be wherever Tonks and Lupin are going to live.
Okay.
Kingsley could be cool, but I imagine Kingsley's a bachelor living in London somewhere.
His bachelor pad.
But like also he's a little older. Maybe he's not. I don't know anything about Kingsley. But the Burrow is a logical choice because
isn't it an obvious one?
Yeah. Maybe it's a little too obvious.
That's what I thought. I was thinking more obscure.
But it feels like Harry he's so protected with the Dursleys. I'm assuming that's where he is, unless he just stayed at Hogwarts. But the plan was for him to go to the Dursleys. Then, I mean, the Burrow, that's been the move for a couple books, right? Like going from the Dursleys to the Burrow before school starts, and then going with the Weasleys to go to Hogwarts. But then I guess they just have to fly over. Well, no matter what, they're going to have to just fly, right? If they can't apparate.
They can't apparate or take the Flute Network.
But then
But we didn't know apparition was so regulated. So now it feels weird. We're like, oh man, they can't even apparate without it being like showing up on some ministry map or something. We suspected it, but not to this degree.
But then I don't get that though, because even if he'd be apparated to another protected area, why they could like intercede?
Oh, like intercept it? Well, we don't know anything about it.
I'm like,
Maybe. Or maybe they could block it a little bit. Because there is some kind of control over it because you can't apparate in and out of Hogwarts.
Yeah, or
so
into Grimmauld Place.
Right. So if the Ministry can view it, they might have some control over it on a larger scale. So if they think part of the Ministry is compromised, maybe they just don't want to.
He wouldn't go back to Black's house?
It seems funny for them to say that that's a member of the Order's house because I feel like Snape would have said Harry's house. But that is another option. It's a valid option. You're right. And it would make sense for it to be a place we've already seen, potentially, because there's a certain comfort there. Or maybe this entire book is going to be uncomfortable.
Hogwarts? I don't know.
Where does McGonagall live? She probably has a lovely home.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, is she even a member? We haven't seen her at any of the things. She might not technically be a member of the Order.
We haven't seen her in any of the Order stuff.
Why though? She's
we've
just
always
busy
assumed
with,
she is.
but she's
like,
always taking over Dumbledore's part.
Yeah.
Like she's covering, like subbing for him. She could be in the Order.
But she wasn't at the Order stuff. Why not?
Because she had to be at the school while
she has
Dumbledore.
13 kids. That's why. I don't know.
A single mom
There
raising
could be a
13
reason.
kids.
Yeah.
She has kittens.
Nice.
Hey.
Grimmauld, the Burrow,
What was
cave where Lupin lives.
But they're trying to capture Harry.
Yes, they want to
So
intercept him between, which is exactly when they said that. I thought for a second this was a flashback to the beginning of book 6 because this felt like it could have been what Moody was trying to prevent at the beginning of Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Because
When they were moving him.
they were moving
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
right? But then it was like, okay, no, this can't be that. But then who's the secret source in the Order, or who knows what's going on in the Order?
Well, now we don't know who's good and bad because Snape,
Yeah, we don't.
Snape was the beginning of the end.
Was Snape really tight with anyone else there?
No, he's a loner.
How much do we trust Moody? Oh, that sounds a little mean.
I don't know.
No, it could be Moody because Crouch Jr. kidnapped him. Unless that was all fake.
Yeah.
That'd be intense.
This could be weaving a weird narrative through all the books here.
That would be intense.
Oh, there was something I was going to say. I can't remember.
Unless Creature's been around this whole time, and it is my Bellatrix theory about it's not really Harry's house, and Creature isn't really Harry's because Bellatrix inherited it all and told Creature to fake it. But either way, we don't trust Creature.
It was interesting. This is a different topic.
Yeah.
That Voldemort sounds very weak when he is doing his voiceover. Whereas if you were to read it, does it actually say that he's weak? No. Right?
And how did you interpret
that's a great
that?
note.
You took it as weakness.
Because I've listened to all
I
the
was gonna
books.
say, is it different?
Oh, different
And
than previous.
It is different. He sounds softer and weaker. And some of the voices, I'm like, you're losing your touch here in this
Whoa.
book.
Really?
Because he sounded like Hagrid a little bit as Yuxley. Like some of the voice, granted, I have not listened to it in a month or so. But it was interesting. I'm like, oh, I can't tell your voices apart anymore.
Well, we do know that Yaxley is taller than Snape. What if he's Hagrid's half brother?
Oh my.
A different half brother. A more human looking half brother.
That's why you said it. I think it was
Yaxley and
Hagrid.
Grawp.
I don't know. I'm making that.
Interesting. I'm gonna
But I
chop
just
it all
was
up
curious
to.
though, on the Voldemort parts, does it actually say like he, like a weak,
No, there was nothing here
like
that I
soft?
picked up in just listening to it one time that made it sound like weakness. But that I would have been circling something like that. I think it's possible we're supposed to interpret it as weakness, or maybe just he's just kind of cavalier about the whole thing.
No,
killing someone,
he
whatever,
sounds
whatever.
different here. Only because he also mentioned. Only reason I say that too is because he also mentions like, I wouldn't be able to handle that now. Where does he say that about someone?
I wouldn't be able to handle that.
Like
now.
handle another person, the Ministry. He wouldn't
be able to handle losing to Harry.
Yeah,
or
to
no,
the- no,
the
the
Scrimgeour
minister.
attack. Yeah,
Yeah.
if he tries to kill
And
him.
to me, that made me think like he's
You're right,
losing
that's a
his
good reference.
power. So
Or it's just, losing his power, and it's just very fragile at the moment. Because that's what I think Voldemort is maybe playing it off as. So maybe there's an underlying thing of, is he just weak? Or there's an underlying thing of, which is what Voldemort is making it out to be, that they can't lose any advantage they have if they move to because if these are all his followers in this room, it's like the Order of the Phoenix. It's not that significant. If he goes to try to storm the Ministry, maybe the Ministry could overpower him because there's a lot of people there.
Yep.
So he's got to, it's like moves and counter moves. It's like he's got to do things to set things up for how he's going to do. That's why they put the Imperious Curse on Pius Thickniece, which is like an important figure that they're going to, they need. So they might just keep doing that.
I was even trying to picture that. He's like, it took a lot of effort. I'm like, so what happened? Like he's fighting you, deflecting it, and all of a sudden he gives up, and now he's just like, boom, taking over.
Yeah. And I wonder how many of the other people in the Ministry have like had training to fight the Imperious Curse or something like that. Like if you're an Auror or if you're in magical law enforcement, is it like, you know, when you see those people getting tased when they're in the military, they have to like just take it, or they have to like walk into the gas chamber or something like that.
Yeah.
Is it like that? Do they have to experience the Imperious Curse and try to resist it? And is Pius Thickniece just weak?
It took a long time, so I don't think so, but.
And like, how long does it last? And is he just Imperious forever now?
And from far away, like you have to be up close.
And like, do you set him on a mission and just let him go and do it, but you don't know like how well he's going to do it? Or can from a distance, you got a little remote control car, you can just move him around? Or is it like, like how much control do you have, and do you know what he's up to? Could you have him do anything? Can he then Imperious other people? Like, is he an infection, a disease within the Ministry now? Or could someone discover that he's been Imperious and like fix him, save him? I don't know. It's weird.
So it is really weird. Is he related at all to the Source? Could he be the Source? Who is their source? Who is Snape's source?
Well, we're kind of thinking the Order is all of the people we already know that we met in the Order of the Phoenix. But there could be other people. You're thinking it's someone new?
Oh, no, I'm just mad at Snape. That's why I was shaking my head. I'm like,
anytime you hear the name,
he's been like soaking up information, and now he's on the other side.
Isn't he gross in this chapter too? There's small little things that there's one mention. I gotta find this actually.
Harry wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know? Makes me.
Who would their source be?
Is it a person or a source, as in like?
And why did Snape cut off
source?
the Dark Lord?
Yeah.
To prevent him from saying this. It feels weird. Like
their dynamic is strange right now.
Yeah, this is so weird. Like,
yeah, because that's what I'm saying. I feel like Snape
Voldemort.
is stronger than Voldemort right now, and that's why I feel like what's this shift? And then the title of it is what? Two Dark Lords or something?
The Dark Lord Ascending.
I thought
but you don't know. It could be. You don't know. Maybe the Dark Lord is Snape.
It's weird.
But
there's because this is even the line from the chapter when they're having this little discussion, where Voldemort says Severus here, indicating the seat on his immediate right. Yaxley, beside Dolohov, the two men took their allotted places. Most of the eyes around the table followed Snape, and it was to him that Voldemort spoke first. I did the whole plans. So, my lord, the Order of the Phoenix intends to move Harry Potter from his current place of safety on Saturday next, at nightfall. The interest around the table sharpened palpably. Some stiffened, others fidgeted, all gazing at Snape and Voldemort. Saturday, at nightfall, repeated Voldemort. His red eyes fastened upon Snape's black ones with such intensity that some of the watchers looked away, apparently fearful that they themselves would be scorched by the ferocity of the gaze. Snape, however, looked calmly back into Voldemort's face, and after a moment or two, Voldemort's lipless mouth curved into something like a smile. Good. Very good. And this information comes from the source we discussed, said Snape. There's a weird dynamic between those two right now. Because everyone is looking away and Snape is locking eyes.
Everyone's fidgeting and Snape is so confident.
Yeah. So that makes you hate
because
Snape
he just
even
had
more.
Like a win.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, but it almost feels like, is Voldemort threatened by him, or is he empowered that he's got literally a right-hand man that is like strong.
I'm still picturing Voldemort as this weak, shriveled up person with not that much power, and Snape's doing his dirty work. But Snape, deep down, is like, you are so weak right now that I'm going to take over. That's how I'm feeling.
So like
the
Snape
vibe
could
of
be the
this
ultimate,
chapter.
yeah. Like he could be the Dark Lord ascending, meaning
And that's
taking
why you're
over
like confident, like, okay, I
Voldemort
just
a
did
little.
what I said I was gonna do. I also tricked everyone here, and I tricked everyone in the order. And like, I don't know, he's feeling on top of the world.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, that is really weird.
But he is gross. He is gross in this chapter, though. It's
yeah, it's so weird. And
He
like,
was gross to begin
and being
with.
that
a greasy
cold
little
with
thing.
the teacher that he already knew, and like, just I don't know, that felt so weird.
Yeah,
like the coldness of it, and
but
then
he's flipped the switch. I don't know. Can you do that as a human? I don't even know. I'm like, is he a created being? Did Snape die and Voldemort created a Snape to take his place?
Or is it his son or something, you know? Like, is this like a connection that goes beyond? We don't know anything about Snape's family. I wasn't even thinking about him being created. Like,
we know a
by
little bit
Voldemort.
about his family.
Do we?
Yeah, it was
From
the mom.
his mom is Eileen Prince.
Oh, true. Yeah, I forgot. And she went
she
to.
did something though. She did an article.
But she was in
But what did
Hogwarts
she do?
too.
She was like a good Gobstones. She was in the Gobstones
The
Club. or something like
Gobstones
that.
Club. Oh, okay.
What is that?
Doesn't seem like
It's like
Voldemort's type.
Yeah.
A
I
what?
think it's a nerd game in Harry Potter.
I think of it as being
Hogwarts.
similar to like marbles.
Yeah.
Like you can collect them and play games with them.
I think she was in the Gobstones Club or something.
I thought it was more dark, but okay.
Huh. Yeah, that is a little funny.
But she was a witch, or she was a muggle? A witch.
Well, she was at Hogwarts.
And she was with.
Yeah, she was a witch.
But he's
just don't know if
he
she was
is
Muggle-born.
Muggle-born. No, he
He's
is
half-blood.
mixed, right?
Snape is half-blood.
Yeah. So what is with these two?
I know the two people
The
who
two
seem
of
like they're in the
them.
most control are the two people
It's
that are
because
the
they just
half-blood.
spies their
Yeah,
whatever
it
the
is true.
opposite. Whatever.
And that's true of
Yeah.
Voldemort.
Parent.
You know that of Voldemort. You don't. Maybe it seems likely that's true of Snape, which is why he is so closely aligned with Voldemort. They share something in common. They probably have absolute hatred for their Muggle parent.
Unless they have the same dad.
Ooh, half
The same dad?
I don't know. You just
Interesting.
said something.
Who would be old enough to be both of their dads?
I don't know the age
little weird.
difference.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Ew. Yeah, but
Horace.
if they did the
Weird
love,
symmetry.
the love potion thing, can you just hold them at? Can you do a spell that makes them not age?
And with a time turner, anything is possible.
Oh my gosh,
There's no
those
time
got-
turners
They
anymore.
Not
got
anymore, but
turned
back when
off.
they were conceived,
Yeah,
there
for
might have
sure.
been.
That was the most ridiculous line to like. Okay, they all broke.
I know. Yeah, it's
I
absurd.
like that she got rid
Yeah.
of them, and I'm just gonna run with it because otherwise it's too complicated.
Yeah.
But
What?
yeah,
You're the one that keeps bringing it up.
yeah, because I like them. It's fun, but now it's like a joke. Before it was an actual part of the story.
Yeah.
But now it'd be a bit much for her to bring it up, so I'm gonna trust it's closed.
Hermione was another one.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So they have their Voldemort even says some weird stuff here where he goes again. Voldemort looked up slowly at the slowly revolving body as he went on. I shall attend to the boy in person. There have been too many mistakes where Harry Potter is concerned. Some of them have been my own. That Potter lives is due more to my error than to his triumphs. I have been careless, and so have been thwarted by luck and chance, those wreckers of all but the best laid plans. But I know now. I know better now. I understand that those things that I did not understand before, I must be the one to kill Harry Potter, and I shall be. Is he right?
yes, but it's not going to happen.
And then on top of that,
But
why?
also, he said that the prophecy is only a prophecy because they made it a prophecy.
Yes. Dumbledore said that to Harry.
He actually doesn't need to. It's just something that's in him now that he has to fulfill because it's like self-proclaimed
Yeah.
prophecy.
What do you
It
mean,
really is.
self-proclaimed?
Like it's not really real. It's just that he created this prophecy, and because now he created a monster to Harry is Voldemort's opposite. So like he created this monster of a power,
like by marking him and
because
he's initiating the prophecy. Yeah.
But he doesn't have to go through with it. Like he could just let Harry live his life over there.
Could he now though?
Lives his life over there.
No, well, that's the
too
interesting
late
line
now.
from the prophecy. Neither can live while the other survives. And Dumbledore said this with Harry.
But what
He's
does
like,
that mean?
exactly. That's such
Because
an interesting question.
They could just live their own lives, and what would make them both
Yeah, I guess
die?
you're right. Like, why is there
Is
a
it
time
because
schedule?
Voldemort is, I mean, obvious, this is so
Yeah,
obvious, but like
so-
Voldemort is evil, and because his pride is so huge,
Yeah.
he's not going to let it go.
Well-
like what you're saying.
and Harry can't let it go
Can't
either.
let it go. Well, yeah, that's true.
'Cause he
Only-
needs to
Dumbledore
avenge
said
his
that.
parents.
But I
Yeah.
feel yeah. Okay.
So that's why it's like almost like things are set into motion too much. Maybe there's something where they can meet up together and like, say, okay, I forgive you, you forgive me. Maybe that's the end of this.
That'll be
They're
the
both
day.
going to just forgive each other.
that he's one
Neither
dies.
can
Yeah.
live.
But Dumbledore said this about Harry, and the same is probably true for Voldemort. Voldemort, this is his life's purpose, to kill Harry Potter, the boy who evaded him so long. And then Harry's purpose is to avenge. I don't know if it's revenge so much as it's like he just takes it personally. And he wants to be the one to vanquish Voldemort.
I don't understand why Voldemort has this epiphany. He says, I understand those things that I did not understand before. Is that because he was reflecting on what Snape originally spoiled about the prophecy and then he reevaluated? Or did he learn more about the prophecy even though it was broken?
I think he learned more about ancient magic.
Oh, of course. The ancient magic.
He ignored.
I mean, he definitely could have
No,
learned
I'm
more.
serious. Though.
Yeah, but why does he understand more now that he didn't understand before?
Because he was
understands
too
that he must
prideful.
be the one to kill Harry Potter.
Did you say
Harry Potter. Yeah, good old Harry Potter.
Well, I think it's partly because he thought he was going to kill Harry right immediately when he became a creature again, and
he thought it'd be easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then he had to go back to the drawing board.
But even that feels so weird. And
What do you mean?
now, well, because he says I must be the one to kill Harry, but he already tried to do that like a bunch of times, and it didn't work. So why is it now all of a sudden he's like, I understand?
Yeah.
But then is it that he understands that's why he does the wand swap, because he understands priori incantatem, and he's like, my wand's not going to do any good. I either need to double up my wands or just use a different wand. He at least seems to understand that part, but that's a little weird.
Ancient magic.
Ancient magic.
Yeah. Why are they swapping the wands? Why is he requiring Lucius Malfoy's wand?
Well, I'm also thinking he already tried to kill Harry with that wand. It didn't work, so let's try another one.
Yeah.
But then it was interesting because it says it's like chopping off an arm.
Where did it say that?
I thought that's what it said.
What's like chopping off an
Giving
arm?
your wand off
All right,
up
let's
is like
see.
chopping off an arm.
Yeah. And there's a weird point to it where it's like his whole identity. Your
It's
wand is your
delicious.
whole identity. That's got to be cutting when Voldemort's like, you no longer need yours. Like, what purpose are you
Yep.
going to have?
Well, he betrayed him.
Yeah.
The thing is like now I feel like he's taking everything out on the Malfoys,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah.
I know I'm supposed to kind of feel a little bad for that, but
Yeah, this is a weird
it's like
chapter
you
too.
chose that side.
Yeah.
But it's
Agreed.
crazy because they're not even looking. It's like you're in so much trouble. You're
Yep.
staring at your lap and you don't even want to do anything
Yeah.
wrong. That's
None of them can
terrible.
make eye contact with him. I know they're all terrified of him. And then he's living in their house too. It's probably terrifying and creepy.
and then I'm sure Draco is probably like, why didn't I save Dumbledore?
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope he has that guilt forever.
I hope he carries it around with him every day.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things. Dumbledore, he offered Draco a chance. He's like, we can put your family into hiding. And then the opportunity passed.
Oh my
Yeah. Guess you're right.
scary.
Keep thinking he's there. So I'm like, what is that noise?
Yeah.
And it's sounding like
Creature
steps
comes.
coming closer to
yeah.
me.
Oh,
And I'm the first one to go.
The first to go.
My hand would be the first to go.
It feels weird that the teacher wasn't safe. Because, again, it's like... even Dumbledore, well, it's different that Dumbledore's gone now, but Dumbledore was saying, we can protect your family and everything.
Yeah.
Was Dumbledore really the only one doing that? Isn't McGonagall now in charge of all the teachers? Shouldn't she be protecting everyone?
Yeah,
How
but
is a
she could have
teacher
been
ending
at
up on a
home.
table at the Malfoys? You
Yeah,
know what
but
I mean?
if you're
Okay,
in
that's an interesting question.
Hogwarts-
Why?
Why?
Why is there a teacher on the like?
Because
Yeah,
they
like-
all went home for break.
But even that, then why though? If like nobody's safe anymore, why did all the
But
teachers
I
go
thought
to
the
their
only part
random
that was
homes?
safe was being at Hogwarts. So if you went
Mm.
home for
Yeah,
break,
they kind of kidnapped her on the way.
But they didn't protect their teachers. Like it just feels
well,
strange.
everyone just stay.
Or maybe
at
because she's a
school?
Muggle studies person, she wants to live amongst the Muggles. It's her
That
place.
would make more sense.
So she was like, I need to go back. That's where my Muggle husband
it's just
lives.
so
and I
crazy
gotta,
that,
see
like-
him again.
Okay, just because you're teaching that, it's just disgusting.
Yeah, it's like the whole thing about her is pretty intense. And I'm wondering if there's more to that
But they should
timing
kill
of her.
themselves, right? They're part
Mm.
Muggle. I just can't. And what are they offering the world? Like
Oh,
what? Their existence is doing what? Making everyone pure blood?
Well, that's what Voldemort
whose
keeps saying.
existence?
He's so strange
Snape and Voldemort.
Like that's his goal is to get rid of everyone who isn't pureblood. Yeah.
because it's
It
weird
seems,
too
yep.
because he's making fun of Bella and Narcissa here
Right.
about Tonks and Lupin getting married. And
yeah,
having,
but
like,
he's
werewolf.
like a snake now.
Exactly.
So like,
Yeah, he's a snake, and on top of that, they're both pureblood.
Right. It like feels weird. Like, why is that a bad thing? And he's got Greyback
Yeah.
as one of his people, kind of. So then that just feels weird too.
And he's just talking about pruning the branches. That's why it's like a weird little line. He's like, every tree needs to be pruned.
yeah.
Otherwise, a whole tree is at risk. So
And
his
that's where
thing
they
is
all
just-
should turn on Voldemort right there.
right? Yeah,
They're
they're
like,
like,
yeah,
let's
we
prune
should
you.
prune.
But they're all still scared of him. So even though you're saying he's weak, I don't think he's weak enough, or he's
The
good
only
at
thing is
bluffing.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's powerful, but he's also powerful by the people that he's surrounding
Yeah,
himself.
it's true. Yeah.
in. So if all those people turned on him, you still
Maybe.
think he'd outwin.
Well, they all think he would. You know what I mean? Or because he rules by fear, it's not safe to even whisper anything like
yeah,
about dissent because you'd be destroyed.
Yeah,
because
he would
you just
kill
can't
them.
trust anyone.
yep.
But then, like, how do you live your life? Like, that's why I'm like, who takes his side when you're like living on edge every day of your life?
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's
wonder
like
if that's how they felt at first.
I feel like all of them
'Cause, like-
still feel that.
No, I'm saying like at first I wonder if they weren't on eggshells.
Oh, maybe,
yeah, and it
So
was
then
over
it was
time.
like a promising thing. Now
Yeah.
they're so in deep.
Yeah.
Yep, you can't
Is that
back
right?
out.
Yeah, because they're afraid if they say or breathe wrong, he's just gonna
Yep.
kill them.
Yeah.
So they're afraid for their lives now. But I was wondering, like, I wonder what it was like when they first sided with
Yeah,
him.
I guess that would help me to
You know,
understand.
it was like a
better.
gradual thing, and now it's
I do feel like it's just the most powerful person in the room too, and everyone is just trying to please him in any way.
Yep.
thing. Well, I think this is kind of childish, but I'm thinking of him as like a child.
Yeah,
I
like a
can't-
bully.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you. A bully, like
Yeah.
at the lunch table. Who do the kids gravitate to? The bully, because
Yep.
he has established this status about himself that, like, whatever he says,
Yeah.
because like what you guys were just talking about, it's like he's not a pure blood, but he wants pure bloods.
Mhm.
So it's like whatever he says will be, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
100%.
No, you're right.
And you can see the dynamics of all these people trying to please him in different ways. Like Yaxley and Snape competing, and they're like, that's their way of doing it. And then one guy even cracks a joke where he's like, oh, the ministry thinks that we've infiltrated them. And then one guy says, oh, well, they've got one thing right at least. And everyone starts laughing, and Voldemort doesn't laugh. You're like, that guy tried to make Voldemort laugh and wasn't successful. So he's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die after this. He's like, so they're all trying to do things to please him in some way. Even Bella is trying to. He's like, she has the one moment at the end where, before he talks about pruning the tree, where Voldemort essentially acknowledges her as being like the most loyal servant that he's had, and she's like flabbergasted. She's like floored, and then he's like, well, what about your cousins? And then she's so embarrassed. Yep. And everyone in the room is laughing at it. And it's like the dynamics of this room are so strange to me. And it just had me wondering Jen's question. I just keep thinking of that. Why would anybody want to follow this guy?
Yep.
It is terrifying. It's awful.
And who brought him back? Wormtail?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he's not like even... He's in the room, but he's like watching over this prisoner that they have. Who's the prisoner?
But like he was better out as the rat.
I know, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, go live your life among the rats.
Days. He's like, I had a life back then. It's a
He literally ate whatever he wanted. No one bothered him. Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah, he was living the dream. And why'd they keep her a prisoner? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, for how long? And why make such a show of it all? Like, it just doesn't feel like Voldemort. It feels like he kills people without a care because they mean nothing to him.
Yeah.
But this wasn't about that. It's like he wanted to make a point, or like
I don't know if it was for
something.
The Malfoys.
Yeah, like something to like draw that out of people, or see if people shuddered at the thought, or like, I don't know, something about it felt weird. So I assumed they tortured her for information, and that she gave up something more. Like that's why he understands more about the prophecy, maybe, or like.
She only knows about Muggles.
I guess, but then is there something about Muggles that he needed to know, or something else about her specifically? Like, or just information in general about Hogwarts? But I don't know. Something about it feels weird because it feels like he wasn't keeping people around before. So why keep her alive? Like, it feels like he kept Bertha Jorkins around for a little bit to torture her, right? Or ask questions about we were suspecting the World Cup, maybe.
Yeah.
But that was the only other time. With people like Cedric or whoever else, it feels like it was just instant. Just kill, move on.
I don't think he has a rhyme or reason for
Yeah, maybe not. Though. Maybe it just is. It totally doesn't mean anything to him, so he's like, whatever.
Who do you think that their prisoner is? Because Wormtail, it says, at these words, seemingly in response to them, a sudden wail sounded, a terrible, drawn-out cry of misery and pain. Many of those at the table looked downward. So it's noticing that it's downward, not Charity Burbage, which is up. Startled for the sound had seemed to issue from below their feet. Wormtail, said Voldemort, with no change in his quiet, thoughtful tone, without removing his eyes from the revolving body above. Have I not spoken to you about keeping our prisoners quiet?
I missed that. I thought it was the same person.
I know, yeah. You think it's the same person, but it's like a subtle little thing.
Downward. Interesting. This feels like
the poem.
That was in the poem?
Yeah, nice, Jen.
Nice.
I know.
Is there a clue in the poem?
Well, I was just thinking, we know that there's stuff below the house because in one of the earlier books, it was referenced as something was hidden beneath the house. But I thought it was the kitchen. But we know they're in the drawing room. And we know that the furniture that was usually in the drawing room isn't there. So what'd they do? Move a table in? Why'd they do it? Is there something under this floor? And if so, what? Who? Something that can wail? Why?
What? Could it be a house elf? Oh no, Dobby is loose, free.
Well, how do we know that? But why? What makes you say house elf?
I have no idea. I was just thinking of a house.
I mean, it's a good thought of a house elf because that's how they operate.
Yeah, because they did
Hogwarts.
own Dobby. Do they have other house elves too? Maybe. But then why? Do they not trust house elves?
I was afraid that one of these female people were gonna be Hermione.
Gotcha.
Like a prisoner. I thought maybe.
Dark gods beneath the earth.
Awful.
Underground.
Can you imagine Hermione is underneath?
Well, the thing is like, don't they know like who he's friends with? They always like in all the movies and all the stories, they go after best friends, loved ones, whatever, to get who they want to come to them.
Yeah. It's fair. That's why Harry broke up with Ginny.
Yeah, that's why Harry broke up with Ginny.
Yeah,
and do you maybe this is a weird question, but do you think that they're gonna move the Dursleys because of this? Like, not that they, but do you think that Harry is gonna like tell them to run away?
I thought they were safe there, though.
No, Harry is safe there.
Yeah.
But if Harry's gone, are they safe there?
Which is another interesting thing. Why do they even want to move Harry if he's safe there?
That I don't get.
Well,
but like, what is he gonna be?
Mentioned this a little bit.
But he's gonna be a prisoner in like a safe home, like this.
Yeah, he's got to go find Horcruxes.
That's what I'm saying. Like the panic room is like, stay there because you're safe.
Yeah, right. Like, this isn't the time for safety. This is a time for battle. This is a war. You know.
But Dumbledore did tell him to go back one more time.
Yep. But why? Why one more time? What's important about?
It's the numbers. It's gonna be 17.
We got a good book rhythm.
Yeah,
Harry,
it could be. I mean, it could be something with the age. Because will this, when he becomes like a man in the wizarding world, does this protection fade away?
Is that 17?
Yeah.
Right. Or if he was protected for his whole childhood, does that mean something, like getting him all the way there?
Yeah, for sure.
Or do new protections come into place once someone is in adulthood, or once they've done whatever? Or if you spend 7 years with your family, it is another kind of bonding, something. Although that's interesting, because Sirius ran away from home. Maybe that put a curse on him. His life would end prematurely because he didn't stay with his parents until adulthood, or his caretakers. Well, I'm just seeing if there's any credence to the idea of staying with your caretakers to adulthood gives you greater stability or safety or something. Like, again, this ancient magic, muggle magic type of stuff of like, well, his home wasn't stable though, but it was family. It was blood.
So we don't know who their prisoner is, which is crazy. We don't know who their source is, which is crazy. We don't know really why he needs one of their wands, even though we have theories on that. We don't know why the heck anybody follows Voldemort.
Yeah, that is a weird one.
Great.
But there must be promises of power and like more later.
He doesn't say that ever in all these meetings, though.
He doesn't.
He doesn't outright.
There is something that is maybe a really small thing that I picked up on in this read. I'd never picked up on this before. So on your 15th read, maybe you can
pick something up.
But I think this chapter is one of the best that, again, I said this before, but showing things through actions rather than like outright saying it. The very fact that when Yaxley and Snape come into the room, Voldemort is saving his right hand seat for Snape.
Right.
And so like he comes into the room and it's like these positions of power and authority that like the right hand person is Severus Snape, and then he tells Yaxley to go sit by Dolohov. He's like, everyone has their assigned orders. So being closer to him is maybe being closer to his protection and his power.
But Snape seems more powerful.
Yeah, for sure. There is a point to it where, yeah. And maybe there's going to be a question in this book of will those two end up dueling and getting in a fight? Is Snape
maybe they kill each other.
No, Harry's got to kill him. Or
you guys in this prophecy.
Yeah, it's true.
I still can't get over Snape tricking me. It bothers me.
That little fiend.
I thought for sure he was like a double agent for the good side.
Yeah. He might have been playing both sides, but it feels like good lost a lot of momentum. And part of that to me is I'm blaming like people like Fudge, who they're just like the general medium, haven't figured out their life people at the Ministry, who like people like Fudge and Umbridge, they're not evil, they're not Death Eaters, but they're doing like bad things. And I feel like that's where evil was winning, because it's like the normal people just are not being good.
Yeah.
So then Dumbledore is having to fight for every single inch. And so even if Snape hadn't decided fully yet what he was going to do, it felt like then he'd be like, well, good is not going to win here. I'm going to go to the dark side. So even if he was somehow just like playing both sides, I feel like there wasn't enough momentum for good. So even just for self-preservation, he'd be like, all right, dark side, here I come. Good has no shot right now. And then he kind of made his choice.
It's really interesting. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in this chapter.
Yeah.
But final little things here. The whole Charity Burbage thing is just tragic. But this is the one thing that he says. You must prune yours, must you not, to keep it healthy. Cut away those parts that threaten the health of the rest. Yes, my lord, whispered Bellatrix, and her eyes swam with tears of gratitude again. At the first chance, you shall have it, said Voldemort. And in your family, so in the world, we shall cut away the canker that infects us until only those of true blood remain. Again, he's going to cut himself away because he's not of true blood. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely
crazy.
crazy.
Do they actually know he's not pure blood?
Yeah. Harry told them.
Oh,
I don't know if
know?
they acknowledged.
Do they know?
But
does
it's a great
Bellatrix know? Do the Malfoys know?
Harry said it. I don't think they believed him.
I don't
though.
think anyone believes him.
Because there was the one scene where Harry says it in the Order of the Phoenix.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or in the Ministry of Magic in the book Order of the Phoenix. And Bellatrix is like, shut up, you liar. I think she calls him a liar in that instant.
Yeah.
It like made her so mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but oh my gosh. Imagine if Harry could just prove that and then turn all of the Death Eaters on him.
Like show them the memory that he saw. But that's one of Voldemort's
best kept secret.
Yeah. Best kept secrets and his it sounds weird, but maybe his best and then worst attribute are how well he is at keeping secrets. No one knows anything about his life.
But is that why Snape and him got along? Because Snape can read anyone's mind.
And no one knows anything about Snape.
Oh, that's also true.
Yep.
So they're the same.
Yeah.
They're both alone and friendless.
They're both trying to read each other's minds, and they're both trying to like block each other out of each other's minds. It's
they have
weird.
No friends.
I know.
No lovers.
Yeah.
They just.
Well, we don't know about that.
Maybe they have lovers. Maybe they're each other's lovers.
Yeah, they could be.
Oh boy, they went from brothers.
Brothers to lovers.
Brothers to lovers.
A snake and a greasy ball.
Ew.
Oh my gosh, I miss this so much.
Snake. I mean, I guess that's fitting.
And then this is the last little thing for this too, because for those of you who do not know, we are joined here tonight by Charity Burbage, who until recently taught at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. And he has this whole little line. And then he says, "Nobody laughed this time. There was no mistaking the anger and contempt in Voldemort's voice. For the third time, Charity Burbage revolved to face Snape. Tears were pouring from her eyes into her hair. Snape looked back at her, quite impassive, as she turned slowly away from him again. Avada Kedavra." Oh, that is just an evil scene.
But also, like, let's say Snape wanted to save her. How could he do that in front of everyone?
Yeah, he couldn't.
Why would he want to save her?
I'm just saying.
Oh, like hey, he happened to be friends with her, or like just a teacher didn't believe Voldemort's motives for killing her specifically.
Yeah, like
he could just be like, no, yeah, there's nothing he could do at this point. Yeah, but he looked so cold. It feels like he didn't even hesitate. Wasn't he like staring at her when it all happened?
It almost.
I thought he did it.
Yeah,
I thought he did too. Like if I was just reading this, but Jim Dale made it so Voldemort did it. But I was like, as I'm reading this, I was like, wait, did he do it? She is begging Snape. Do you also kind of think that Snape might have been the one that brought her there?
That's gross.
I know.
I don't think so because of how she's begging Snape. It's like she thinks he's her last chance.
But wouldn't you want to beg your captor to some way?
I don't think that means that.
Yeah, maybe that's true.
Like, this is the guy that brought you into here. He's the only one that can really get you out. It
would make sense. I mean, well, but he already left Hogwarts.
Yeah.
I'm curious also, it said she was a teacher until recently. Meaning until recently when we kidnapped her? Or did she actually quit and leave Hogwarts as a teacher?
Yeah.
And that departure made her vulnerable to attack because she wasn't under a certain protection of being employed at Hogwarts. But she did write a big old article. Maybe she took a job at the Daily Prophet or something.
She's writing an op-ed right here.
I don't know. They're both crazy.
Yeah, it's all weird. I don't know. You don't really know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Lots of question marks hanging over things.
That's a good way to start the book.
I know. It's a good way, right? Good chapter. Good first chapter. I don't know if we're going to have a favorite character or a hot tamale this chapter. But, or a favorite moment, to be completely honest. But do you have any of those three things?
What if we did the opposite of those?
Yeah. I like that.
The
Who's your least
tamale.
favorite?
That's our rotten tamale.
No, rotten. I like that better.
Rotten.
Who's the rotten tamale?
Snape.
Who is the house loser? And then what's your least favorite moment? That's a great. I love that, Jen. That's great.
We're in the upside down right now.
Yeah, I know. Well, Snape, rotten tamale.
He's the rotten tamale?
Yeah. And he's.
I was
going to
say he's the biggest loser. Wait, what's the thing?
Wait, yeah.
The
house.
opposite of the hot
The
tamale.
house loser.
Who's
whatever.
who's the most hideous character with the rotten
Snape.
tamale?
Yeah. And then it was the loser of the house,
Yeah.
Wormtail.
He seems like rotten tamale energy to me.
Yeah.
Because he's a nothing. He wasn't even really a character. He just came in for his little I'm the prison guard guy, like
He's just like.
it just felt so slimy and ugh.
Yeah.
I know. I keep picturing like a little
Like
rat.
like a kind of rat
coming,
face.
Yeah.
Just like he just bothers me. Ugh.
Yeah, he is gross.
Oh, it also just occurred to me that the same guy plays a chipmunk in Enchanted. Like I keep
my gosh,
picturing him
that's right.
in Enchanted,
No
but I
way!
never made the connection that he also transforms in that movie. Right? Doesn't he do something funky?
Yeah.
That's
I
like-
know the chipmunk was a different
He's been
character. Maybe
pigeonholed
I'm
as that.
confusing it, but I'm just
Oh,
like
he gives the. Doesn't he? Give
he
the
just
apples?
interacts with the chipmunk a lot,
Yeah,
right?
he
Is that what I'm
does have
thinking
a
of?
rodent-type
Oh,
face,
okay,
though,
yeah.
that guy. Sorry.
Anyways,
It's
really
probably
does.
just
No
for the TV.
but yeah, he's a rotten tamale.
Yeah, he's a good rotten tamale.
And I think the coldness of Snape, just reading that line of Snape looked back at her quite impassive, like he doesn't even care. And even Voldemort, same thing. At least the way Jim Dale interpreted it. It's like he wasn't saying this with conviction or like anger. It was just kind of like a casual killing curse because it meant nothing. It didn't even matter.
Yeah.
And that's like so lame.
It's so lame.
He is the house loser.
I feel like no one exists except Harry, though. Like everyone's like kill, but like once they get to Harry, they already killed Dumbledore. So after that, it's like, all right, Harry's next, and then we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone could be like an in passing kill.
It is wild.
And the worst moment, right?
Yeah. Worst moment in this chapter. There's a lot of worst moments in
This
these
whole
chapters.
chapter
Yeah,
is the worst
goodness.
moment.
For whatever reason, I think the moments of tension between Voldemort and the Malfoys, because I was feeling bad for
Oh
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like just conflicted in
Surprised
my
that
own
you were
thoughts because I
feeling bad.
hate them in most cases. But all of a sudden, I'm like, I think they're my least hated in the room. You know what I mean? Other than Charity, of course. But
Yeah.
like, I just felt bad for them. Like, it felt like if they could do things over, they would have. It felt like they were genuinely regretting what got them here, and they were being manipulated by Voldemort more than anything else. So that felt pretty bad.
Yeah. People in chat too are saying that the hot tamale, there is a hot tamale, and it's Bellatrix because of the little energy that they share together.
That's some energy, all
Yeah.
right. Ooh.
There's something going
It's
on
weird.
between
Oh,
the
that's
two.
why
She's
you're
like
saying
all
no
emotional
love
and
her?
Yeah.
tearful every time she gets a smile from Voldemort.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a lot.
It is. It's pathetic, but it's also like it's like pretty sick that she needs his approval for
Yep.
everything, and he is so impassive. He doesn't care.
Yep. Bellatrix gives me love potion vibes. Like Voldemort's doing more than just the average stuff to try and like win her over. but everyone else I'm confused by. But it feels like something more. Like he did some kind of dark something spell potion.
Was it just...
What? Or she's just crazy.
I think she's pretty maniacal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you can only do so much to someone's personality, I guess. But yeah, it feels like at her core, she's pretty dark already.
One night stand.
This is not a one night stand here.
No, I'm saying like that's for him. Yes, for her. No.
Oh yeah.
She's clinging on.
Yep.
As much
She's
as
a
she
5-stage.
She's a stage
Stage 5. I said it
Stage
right.
5 queen.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's so
I'm like,
great.
yeah, that sounds right. No, I'm half asleep. I'm sorry.
Oh wait, what is it you and Abby said in the beginning of the book where there were no hot tamales? The young Harrison Ford hot tamale.
Yeah.
I feel like this is one of those.
Up.
I'm like, there's no hot tamale
No,
here.
there's no hot tamale.
Just a bunch of rotten.
There's a bunch of rotten ones. Everyone is rotten. Every
Yep.
person at this table is a rotten tamale. And then everyone is my least favorite character. And then every moment is my least favorite moment in this chapter. It's just like a disgusting but such an interesting chapter. I really do hate the like the Charity Burbage murder. But then again, the Malfoy situation is so weird because in like a weird aspect, you feel pity for them, but you hate them still. So you feel so sad that Draco is probably like 17, barely hit 17, and is watching not one of his teachers, but a teacher at Hogwarts that he knew get murdered.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, he saw Dumbledore get murdered too.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, it was just probably a little bit more impactful.
That's why I think he is shook.
Yeah,
he's
gonna be a shell of himself.
Yep.
Like, how does he deal with this trauma?
I don't think he realized the extent of
Agreed.
it. Like he just wanted to get back at Harry, and now he's like, "What have I done?"
Like, he just didn't realize the impact. I'm giving him probably too much credit, but like, it felt like he was trying to join the cool kids gang because his dad was a part of it and whatever, and he just never even realized. Yeah. And based on this, it feels like even his parents never realized the real extent of it. Yeah. But that's not fair.
But I think it's because they thought they'd always be in good faith with him.
Yeah, good standing,
for sure.
and they didn't think they'd be on the bad side of it all. Yeah. But during his first rise to power, they must have been involved enough. Like they're still evil.
Yeah, but they might not have done anything bad.
But I don't know how. But maybe you're right.
I meant like bad in like Voldemort's eyes. No.
Like so they were in his good standings that whole time. Yeah. Yep.
And then now he's messed up big time, like a couple times.
Yep. Well, that's what you get.
And they punished
a little bit
them with taking his son.
At least he's out of Azkaban.
But I feel like he'd want to stay there.
Yeah, that's like almost safer at this point.
It's like a safer spot for him, for real.
Ooh. So I guess weird. Azkaban maybe is no more, or maybe Voldemort just rescued
his
Lucius.
People?
But there are no Dementors to guard it, so.
Do Dementors even? No.
They're off wreaking havoc somewhere, I'm sure.
But this whole thing is weird. We'll see how we keep going through Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Thanks for joining us on our journey of Harry Potter and the First Time Readers.
Woo, we're back.
We're back.
We could be excited about being back, but oof, this is a rough start.
Oh, rough one.
And deathly indeed.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Do you guys have anything else to add? I forgot.
Don't ask him that. What are you gonna take notes of?
We have to do our intro because we completely forgot to do our intro in the beginning.
Oh my!
So I'll just put this. I'll just snip this into the beginning. I know. Welcome to the podcast. Or no, what? How do?
I think that's it.
Yeah, and
welcome to
welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the podcast. I'm John,
Jen,
Danny,
and Kristen.
And this is Harry Potter and the First Time Readers.
There it is.
It's been a while. It's so good to be back.
What do you do with Abby? You say the same thing, right?
Yeah, we do the same thing. Yeah.
Different cadence, only two. But
a little different cadence. Yeah.
Same charm.
I'm John. I'm Abby. This is Harry Potter and the First Time Readers.
Welcome to. Is that what you say?
Yeah, we do the same thing. Yeah.
But it's funny when you have to like change it.
Yeah, it is a little weird. It's like it is a very different dynamic with just me and her rather than all of us.
Oh yeah, and I think that's funny too because she's always directly looking at you.
Yep.
So she's looking for your little like movements and everything, trying to read you.
Because you guys are like talking to each other.
Yeah, we're talking to each other. It's more dynamic.
So you can give
can
away
hide.
stuff.
You can,
So this has become a big staple in the first one.
Yeah.
In the first book, she's like studying my face to see if I'm giving away things. She
and
says
she
I already
knows
have
you pretty
2 or
well
3
too.
tells.
Yeah, she's talking about your tells. She's like,
Yeah.
What do you mean
I must be
tells?
wrong. It's like in poker,
Like-
a tell is like when you know somebody's bluffing. So she's saying she can tell when John is bluffing
Oh
about
my
like
gosh,
a thing.
that's hard.
It is. It's been a lot more difficult to try to keep a straight face and
Yeah.
try to like be interested in what she's saying and have her keep going on about certain things without like really.
And she's
letting
like
her see
pretty
my
in
face.
tune with it too.
Yeah.
And that's only in the first
Yeah.
book, let alone when she can go back and reference
Yeah, for
previous
sure.
tells and all
For
that.
sure.
It's like
She can't listen
intense.
to ours.
No, she's
No,
not listening
no.
to ours. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I've forbidden her from listening to ours until we're done.
and John even forbid me from listening to part of one of the episodes of Abby.
Yep.
Something was revealed in an episode that I
Yeah.
can't know about. Maybe he just cut
That's
himself
right.
in to
He
talk to the
listens on
fans,
2
but
speed, so it's not like he's catching
Yeah,
every
for
detail.
sure. I yeah.
no, but I skipped it.
Good.
I
okay.
skipped a whole like 10-minute chunk just to be safe.
It was only in that section I was like scanning it because I remembered it and I was like, shoot, Danny's listening. I remember
But the
saying this
timing
one
was
time.
perfect because John texts me while I'm listening to the episode.
Because I was texting
Yeah.
John.
What? That's so funny.
It was like, yeah, you texted me and I was like, thank God. I need to text Danny or I need to find this moment. I couldn't find it at first. It was in the wrong podcast and it was like dead middle of
that's
one.
funny.
I was like scanning through 10-second increments of it until I finally found it.
Yep, you caught me with like 20 minutes
Yeah,
to
I
spare.
forgot. It was something fun. I was like, oh, yeah, and Danny is listening to it. And he's like, wait, no.
Yeah, for real.
That's great.
Like stopping him.
It
It's
was
like Jim and Dwight when he gets faxes from the
He
future.
goes to
He
Stanley.
runs and stops
You'll
Stanley
thank me
from-
later.
It's so good.
I have to
Ah.
maybe one day watch
The Office in the first
I
time
know,
watchers.
yeah, exactly.
that. Yeah.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. You guys are the best on the stream.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you guys next time.
Good to be back.
Back
at it
yeah, it's good to be back.
Kristen, I hope you set an alarm.
I know. I feel like this is gonna be like everyone. Knock out.
10 hours.
I
Yeah,
know.
oof.
Long hours, new job. We'll kind of do this too with the podcast. We'll, if you guys actually want to do a listen and like make it, I don't know how that would work, but if you want to do a live listen to every chapter or to certain chapters, like I'll have like a few chapters, so we don't have to do any reading on our own. We can
Right.
just kind of sit here, which would be tougher for discussions, and it might be longer, and it would literally probably be chapter by chapter, which would draw it
Yeah.
out to another. If we're doing it in one a week, it would be another 30 something weeks. It would be a half a year, which would be great. But
like that sounds great.
But we would have to figure out if we can do like 2. Even if we wanted to do like live listens, we have one night where we just listen to 3 chapters, and like the next time in a week we come and just discuss those 3.
Yeah,
We can figure some stuff out.
I'm certainly open to it. I like the listening. It works pretty well, especially
Yeah.
at one speed.
Yeah.
It's easy to like kind of absorb it, take notes,
Yeah.
whatever.
For
I
sure.
didn't realize. I was like, oh, that's slow. But like, how is that not slow for you? You listen to everything on 2 speed. I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, but the thing is,
understand anything.
it's
Yeah.
one speed in this book is still so slow or so quick compared
Yeah.
to how I usually read, because I'm like going back and dissecting things and like
Yeah, for
whatever.
sure.
I'm like, I still feel like I'm missing some things
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh, it's so fast. I got to go back. Look, oh, but I don't want to fall behind. I better catch
So
back
anytime
up.
we do a live listen, we can always, in the beginning of the next podcast, we can do things that we missed. So we'll have like a section where if you want to reread them, you can reread that chapter, and then in the next podcast we'll do like a 10-minute Danny section where he can give us everything
Oh, and I
that is,
noticed
yeah,
this, and,
everything that we missed.
when I was updating my character list,
Oh my God.
yeah, I think I do like the idea of doing that, but
Yuxley.
I feel like, what time is it? Yeah, that was pretty good. I feel like we covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, we started
but
a little
for
late,
one
too.
chapter, yeah, like
we started
that was
late.
still a reasonable amount
Yeah.
of time. But I don't know how much of a pain it is to do the live read. I mean, as long as it's not extra burden
No,
on you to
yeah,
like set
there
up.
was one thing we were getting, the stream itself was freezing a lot when we were doing it, but when we were listening, people were like helping me figure out solutions. So I would just use my computer and remote desktop into my computer over there, and then we would play the audiobook through that computer, so there'd be no interference on this one.
Whoa,
And
cool.
then we would all be listening via that computer, and then this would just be running the stream. So I can figure it out. We can
Mhm.
work it, but we'll
I like it.
You
I
got
feel
all
like
that
it's
info from that.
Yeah, people were like, helping me figure it out, dissect it. It was great.
Great
man.
fans.
I know you guys are the best.
Crew.
Funny.
You guys are
Our
the best.
hot tamales.
But we'll figure it out, and we'll keep you all updated on what we do.
Sounds good.
Dreaming about Harry Potter.
I know.
It's a guarantee.